Hey there. Haven't seen you in a while. Don't mind me, I'm just... starting a fire. Hopefully not, but... Oh! I was just about to put some incense on. Do you want to help me pick? Fire secured. Come here. How have you been since the last time I've seen you? Yeah, relatable. The weather's tough, isn't it? Yeah. No, we shouldn't expect too much from ourselves while nature is trying to kill us all. So, come make yourself comfortable and let's just have a nice cozy evening. I've prepared some stuff. First of all, how about this one? I don't know about you, but I've had a little bit of trouble sleeping. And by a little, I mean a lot. I could use some of this fire dance mix. It'll wake me up. Have a smell. It's fantastic, isn't it? Oh, it's so invigorating. It makes me so happy. I'll just put some of this on the coal. It burns rather quick. It's very light mix, so I like to pile it on the coal. Normally I would use that's the coriander popping. Normally I would use a slightly bigger coal. They have them in various sizes, those discs, but I only have those at the moment. So I like to make a little mountain on top. So much better already, isn't it? Okay. Smoke bath. So nice. As long as it isn't tobacco, of course. That shit kills. This one's fine. It's just different kinds of woods and spices. So, let's get us in the mood. there isn't much left, as you can probably hear. Yeah, that's about even. No one is exempt from the odds of even. But that's why vodka. I haven't even removed the label yet. Sea wolf. Anyways, vodka. I bought this new one. It was only like $2 more than $3.60, and I was like, I get a skull bottle. Worth it. Alright then. You're welcome. I'm welcome. All right. Cheers to a lovely evening free of stress and pressure. Look at me doing my family proud. Oh, I do have a new look. Thanks for noticing. Yeah, it might be only subtle to an untrained eye, but I've been experimenting with some makeup recently. I call this look sarcastic French girl who doesn't have time for your shit. Thank you, thank you. All of that applies to me, except French. I watched some beauty videos, but not your typical beauty guru videos, like here's a tutorial for how I do my everyday makeup, or here's a tutorial for how I do a prom whatever makeup. No, I have been binge watching videos by Ali Art about body types and colors and everything, kind of the science behind aesthetics, and it makes me so excited. I'm so passionate about that. And she did a video on lip contouring, and she did a few different lip shapes as an example, and the one in particular, I saw it and I was just like, I didn't know I could overdraw my lip like that. But it looks so much better. Yeah, it makes kind of a bigger mouth on my face, which in my opinion makes me look less bitchy. And more like a sarcastic French girl who doesn't have time for your shit. Okay. It's starting to work. You have to sip it slowly. Otherwise, you'll end up like me. And who would want that, right? So, I brought the little something you wanted. You wanted to read Virgo, right? I'm actually looking forward to that a lot. And it's a common misconception that I seem to hate all Virgos. That's not true. I know a few really awesome Virgos. It's just that the most dominant Virgo influence I've had in my life was my mother. And I'm an Aries. So you can imagine how that went. But my mother is also a hopeless narcissist. And I'm not just saying that like they throw it around to describe people who are mildly self-centered. She does have legit narcissistic personality disorder, like everything you can possibly think of. Like all of the symptoms, all of the diagnostic criteria, she has them. So, and it just so happens that a lot of those bad NPD traits kind of overlap with a lot of the bad Virgo traits. And astrology is what I've been researching first. So I kind of make a joke out of making fun of Virgos. That's only thanks to my mom, though. And the poor Virgos that don't know that always try to defend themselves and keep reminding me that not all of Virgos are horrible human beings. Which I know. But I just find it amusing how the concept overlaps with all of the shitty experiences I've had with my mother. And that's kind of what I do. I make light of things that are challenging in my life. So this should be fun. Where are we at? Virgo is an earth sign. I keep confusing that somehow in my mind. I always get the impression that Virgo is an air sign because they're so intellectual and hypercritical. Let's see. That's Leo. That's fire. She sets me on fire. Sets me on fire. Are you ready for this? You better be. Okay. Virgo is an earth sign and ruled by the messenger god, Mercury. Virgo's message is that sex is good, healthy fun. The god Mercury also rules thought, and Virgo is a thinking sign. Yeah, see, that's why it reminds me of air. That's why I keep thinking it's air, because thinking is associated with the element air. Like water is emotion, fire is passion, earth is groundedness. You get the idea. She may have to work hard to shut down the parade of annoyances that can plague her brain and interfere with passion, but Virgo understands that leaving details behind and plunging into a physical, non-analytical, sexual experience will be extremely satisfying. Sorry, I have to process the overwhelming boredom. This has got to be the most unenthusing introduction out of all that we've read so far. I do hope it gets better. It's bound to be, right? Because Virgos aren't prude. They act like they are. But they're sluts on the inside. It's okay. I'm a slut on the outside too. I don't make a secret out of it. Alright. The perfectionist. I couldn't have said it better. Of all the earth signs, Virgo is the most flexible and enjoys different and changing sexual experiences. Think of the bounty of earth, and you begin to have an idea of Virgo's sensuality and sexuality. Virgo, the virgin, is tremendously interested and responsive to sex. The virgin symbolism of the sign does not mean that she is untouchable and likes it that way, but that she seeks purity and perfection in every encounter that comes her way. That means perfect sex, the perfect technique, and perfect orgasms are a lifelong quest. Oh, that just sounds awful. Just from this half paragraph alone, I know that I can't see myself having sex with a Virgo. I don't know, I'd feel like I have to impress them somehow. Like I can never be good enough. Which just throws me back into childhood, and who wants that while having sex, right? Okay. Virgo may not find what she is looking for, but pursuit is the goal. So what you're saying is she's impossible to please. That's what it's... I'm not making this up, that's what it's saying. After all, if something is perfect, then what do you have left to do? There's nothing else to work on. Virgo likes to work for everything, including pleasure. I'm sorry, I'm trying to relate. She will shop for sexy clothes. Hey, something relatable. See, we do have some things in common. Create a perfect spot for her trysts. I mean, yeah, a nice setting is great, I guess. And make sure her lover uses hypoallergenic soap because heavy scents offend her delicate senses. Okay, you lost me there, Virgo. Once the stage is set, she will let go and have a wonderful time. I don't know. The few Virgos that I do know aren't that picky. Most of them. They'll get drunk on their neighbor's couch and just shamelessly have sex right then and there, from what I've heard. But okay, let's find out what turns Virgo on and off. Earth sign Virgo enjoys a somewhat dubious reputation as inhibited. This is simply not true and equates discernment with prudishness. Virgo is a correct sign and is turned on by delicacy in manners and behavior. This is what I do not like. He is turned on by attention to details and is very sensitive to a person's looks. Oh my god, my father must have so much Virgo in his chart or some shit, because that describes him perfectly. You know what he said to me once? You know, I used to have a cat, right? My sweet Leo died last year. But there's still cat hair and everything, because cat, right? That's like sand. You have a cat once, you have cat hair for life. And my dad said that he thinks it puts a lot of people off that I have cat hair all over my clothes, because it makes me look like I have no grooming skills. Like I don't really take care of myself. Like unhygienic and stuff. And I was gobsmacked the first time. And I'll be honest with you, I do not want to associate people with people who have a problem with cat hair on clothes. To me it just means they don't love cats enough. You know what I mean. You understand me. It just... How can you not love cats more than anything in the world, right? I mean, you could possibly spend hours a day trying to get cat hair off of everything you own, but ain't nobody got time for that. Alright. Oh yes. Virgo is finicky about who touches him and wants sex to be rich and meaningful. I do not disagree with any particular point. Virgo men and women are wild about massage. Massage. It was a cute video. Herbs, good food, and natural scents. Both they and their partner must be clean. Whereas Taurus and Capricorn are earth signs that are lusty and don't mind a little mud and scent all natural. Virgo delights in running from the bath to a bed with clean sheets and then beginning his tryst. Do not take a drink for every time it sounds like sex with a Virgo. Virgo is a pain in the ass. Okay, alert. The single greatest Virgo turn-off is a sloppy or dirty partner. Well, yeah, that would turn anybody off, right? A relationship with such an individual just won't happen. Virgo will notice dirt under the fingernails. Clothes that don't smell for. Hey, I just put this on before you came. Or a hair that is a little greasy. Dry shampoo is your friend. That's all I'm gonna say to that. And once she notices that, it's no sex for you to. Oh my god. Greasy hair is now a cock block, according to Virgo. Okay. Once Virgo men or women are involved in a sexual relationship, they will still want lots of foreplay, courting, and preliminaries. This side usually has a very good imagination and can fantasize easily. Illustrated sex books or videos are definitely turn-ons. Because Virgo's imagination is so strong, a few suggestions will get him in the mood. Unlike the other earth signs, this sign likes to talk about sex. Boy, do they like to talk about sex. A conversation with the details of what he's going to do excites Virgo, even if it makes him blush. Then, when words become reality, Virgo has double pleasure because he has already visualized a delicious encounter. If the lover has passed the cleanliness test, another turn-off is critical manner. Virgo has the challenge of being overly concerned with small details. She fights this tendency, but if her lover is critical, even in a teasing way, then her mind will start working overtime and her more sensual nature will freeze up. Also, what you're saying is, you can just go and nitpick everyone around you all day long, but when someone does it to you, oh, Virgo. The time to talk about what you would like and what would feel good is before you start making love. If a Virgo starts giving or listening to instructions, she will lose her sexy focus and become inhibited. Virgo's strengths and specialities. Virgo is a mutable sign because the birth month August to September begins in the summer and ushers us into the fall. Mutable signs are flexible, hardworking, and can change their demands, desires, and needs according to circumstances. Essential. Virgo looks young for her age and retains a childlike innocence throughout her life. Sorry, I needed that. You see, my mother is in like her mid-40s by now. Or is she? Wait. I'm 28. This year. At 19. 38. 47. Okay, she's in her late 40s. She's 47. But she still thinks she's 17. And she dresses accordingly. She is notorious for her mismatched pink outfits. She will wear like 5 different shades of pink in one outfit. She has like a pink dress, pink jacket, pink boots, pink hair accessories or some shit, and a pink bag, and each one of those items is a different shade of pink. So that's why that a comment someone left on a video of mine once reminded me of that. Something about only pink clothes, and I was like, Mom, is that you? They kind of went along with it, and they were just like, haha, yes, I'm your mother. Just checking on you, or something like that. But see, I'm smarter than that, and I know that. If they don't infantilize me in the first sentence, they're not my mother. My mother is kind of like that. I'm either her precious baby or I'm a selfish parasite. It depends on what I do or refuse to do for her. That's how narcissists work. Okay. Yeah. This quality enhances our sex appeal. I regret not having read that before. It also means she can have affairs with partners of different ages. Personally, my mother goes for younger men who makes her feel like she's still desirable, even after she's lost her figure, because she hasn't had a child. That's me. Because she couldn't keep her legs closed. And according to her, because she didn't know that's how babies are made. Anyway, no one will even think about an age difference between the Virgo and her partner. To an extent. She didn't age well. She looks really old. She looks like she's in her 50s. But when she was younger, she looked a lot younger. I learned about body types recently, and obviously I'm her child, I have her body type. Turns out I am a soft gamine. I'm not sure if that's French, but it sounds French, so it fits the theme. Cheers. So yeah, I'm gonna get carded a lot in life. I still do. And you know, over here, the legal drinking age is 18, so tons of people just assume I'm under 18. Which is flattering indeed. Sorry, now I'm daydreaming about going drinking with Jack. Oh, I'm looking forward to it so much. Okay. One of Virgo's great strengths in the bedroom is that he can accommodate anything that feels good and pleases both his partner and himself. And that's certainly a plus. He might not be tremendously adventurous, but once sex is going well, he will not shrink from a new position or technique. He is not shy in describing his wants and desires before he begins, and will have a way of speaking about sex that is provocative and imaginative. Ooh, tell me more. If he describes something that will feel pleasurable, by the end of the description you will both be eagerly anticipating the actual sexy event. Slow, sensual rubbing and soothing are Virgo's specialities. Virgo's weaknesses and foibles. You already know about Virgo's desire for cleanliness, which can be a weakness. Also be aware that if Virgo starts fault finding, there is no sign that can more quickly impede her own creativity and sensuality and that of her partner. Yeah, tell me about it. Virgo's mind works by making lists, and if she has lists of pleasures and special places on her and her lover's body that need and want kissing, this habit can be a treat in the bedroom. However, if the list becomes "this is good," "that he didn't do right," "this should be better," and "why didn't he do that?" then Virgo will not enjoy anything, and no one will enjoy her. The phrase "I fired him" to describe ending a relationship is something a Virgo might say. Oh, come on. That's just too cliche. That just sounds too exaggerated to be believable. Such a cool and distant attitude will ensure that party time in the bedroom diminishes, and until Virgo lets go of that tendency, relationships of all kinds suffer. Damn right they do. The Virgo man has a tendency to be a perfectionist. The way he demonstrates this is with the exact planning of all the details, which will ensure a good sexual encounter. He will pay attention to his own personal grooming, tidy up the house if she's coming over, cook, Or choose a small, intimate restaurant and make sure it's not too far from home. Then, as a sexy feeling builds, transportation worries will not threaten it. He sets the scene easily. Alert. Please your Virgo man by making sure there are no interruptions, buzzers, or cell phones making noise. It will distract him and then it can be hard to get back on track. So, turn off your phone. Not because it's rude or anything, but because the Virgo will get distracted. And that means no sex for you. Okay. A little known part of a Virgo man's sexual nature is that he is a very giving lover because he has few traditional hang-ups about sex. He likes the idea of learning about what pleases his partner and is genuinely interested in what works and what doesn't. Oh my. Excuse the liquor. He is willing to admit when he doesn't know how to do something, but he is a quick study and happy to please once he knows what his partner desires. He will be content with all sexual positions, but may not be daring enough to initiate them. You will not enjoy anything involving messy or sticky food. Well, okay. There are a lot more pleasurable things than being sticky. The Virgo man does not like crumbs in the bed. Who likes crumbs in the bed? I'm just saying. And although massage is a turn on, sliding all over the sheets is not Virgo's idea of sexy, passionate fun. Well, I guess it depends what you mean by sliding. Good sliding or bad sliding? Okay. The Virgo woman. Alright. Virgo ladies never advertise their sensuality. No, they make a secret out of it. And act innocent and shit. But no one believes it. Except really pathetic, gullible men, which is mostly the types of men that feel attracted to Virgo. It's just an observation, but I feel like Virgo women need to be a little more picky. You know, I feel like their special kind of guilty pleasure or whatever is fixing people. And they tend to fall for people that are really messed up. Really messed up. And I feel bad for them. Because I can't imagine that that's a whole lot of fun. Just, you know, dating somebody who's essentially not good enough. I feel like if Virgos didn't have this kind of fetish, they could easily attract someone who matches their level. But oh well. Okay. The symbol of the sign is a maiden with a sheaf of wheat, which symbolizes harvest. Virgo's sensuality is as regular and as fertile as the fruits of the earth, which are harvested every year. She has a highly developed sense of touch and smell. She will keep herself very put together and is usually fastidious about keeping her home. Oh boy, is she that. There are some sloppy, free-for-all Virgos, but if there seems to be chaos in her home, she will have an internal sense of organization and can find whatever she needs. Well, that explains a lot. Because my mom is such a hoarder. And I don't understand how she deals with all of that. Oh, you should have seen the kind of shit we cleaned out when I moved out of the old flat. And you know, she expected me to just stay there in a place that is way too big for me by myself, when she had already just kind of escaped to Russia, escaped her debt, and left me with debt. But my counselor took care of that for me, so I'm just super lucky that I found people who are actually interested in helping me. It makes me a little bit emotional thinking of this synchronous chain of events that happened, so that, you know, I got a counselor and then a disability carer and people who are actually interested in my well-being as opposed to my own mother. I'm so lucky to have these people. Okay. Yeah. Virgo loves the dance of seduction and anticipating the pleasure of a love affair is almost as good as the real encounter. When she gets to the bedroom, she enjoys white lingerie that is lacy and practical. Lingerie that is uncomfortable or overly decorated is not for the classic loving Virgo. I don't know. If I could, I would tell you what kind of lingerie my mother wears, but I have no idea. I have a slight feel, you know, just a kind of a hunch though, that it wouldn't be the vinyl garter belt that's in my drawer right now. That's not a Virgo thing. Sets me on fire. She sets me on fire. Okay. Yeah. Gentle stroking of the hair, back of the neck, and the temple area gives Virgo a feeling of ease and trust that translates into good lovemaking. So, the temple area. What else was there? The back of the neck. I feel like that will feel good to anybody. Wow, excuse my neighbor peeing so loud right now. I didn't know it was possible to pee so loud. Okay, setting the scene. A Virgo would enjoy a country inn with a private hot tub. The lovers can give each other massages with a lavender scented oil and then plunge into the hot tub to rub it all off. Lavender. That's just kind of your thing, Virgo. And lilac too. I don't know what it is. Virgos really like flowery scents. Oh, I put lavender essential oil as one of the ingredients in my protection oil, and a few Virgos have told me that they really love it. My mom also really likes lilac, which is not for me, but I prefer kind of darker scents, you know, musky fungal scents. Fungal sounds really bad, but it's just kind of the opposite of grassy. I like graveyard type of scents, but I'm not a Virgo, so that makes sense. There are fluffy white terry cloth robes warmed from the sun, or a heated towel rack, and flip-flops. Great flip-flops. They give me sores on my feet. The bathroom may have a teak floor covering so that both people can go from the bath to the bedroom without touching the naked floor. The details have been planned out beforehand, so there is nothing left to do but enjoy each other. Virgo doesn't care if it's day or night. It's the most accurate sentence ever spoken. He enjoys looking at his lover, whether in sunlight or candlelight. The scent of lemon verbena and a breeze gently blowing white curtains makes Virgo feel open, sexy, and ready. Sexy matches the hot and not so hot combinations. If you're unhappy about one of the not so hot combos, keep in mind that you may defy the odds. Don't analyze. See where life takes you. Don't analyze, don't analyze, don't go that way, don't lead that way. That will paralyze your evolution. That song was written for a Virgo, wasn't it? The greatest moment, the greatest day, the greatest love of them all. So when a Virgo finds her match, how's that for a segue? Okay. Virgo and Aries. Virgo is not charmed by Aries' impetuosity, and that irritates Aries. More accurate sentences have never been spoken. Virgo is earth and Aries is fire, and although sometimes this combination of elements can mean a good short-term time in the bedroom, in this case the planets ruled by Virgo and Aries. The planets ruled by... That makes no sense. The sign does not rule the planet. The planet rules the sign. Someone needs to make that a t-shirt. Anyways. In this case, the planets ruled by Virgo and Aries are two contentious to light a spark. Virgo is ruled by Mercury and Aries by Mars. Passion between these two signs is apt to be mentally stimulating but emotionally disconnected. If you have an affair with an Aries, don't expect constancy or interest in languid times in the bedroom. Breakneck speed and variety will typify this lover, and if those are not to your liking, it would be best to find a different person. I'm having so much fun. I love hanging out with you. Virgo and Taurus. These two earth signs flow together. A Taurus lover calms Virgo's mental activity, and since a Virgo woman is usually a very good cook, a Taurus man is happy and eager to please her. The way to a Taurus's heart is through his stomach. I feel like that goes for Aries too, though. Maybe that's just me. Taurus will not get involved with Virgo's lust making and may, if she is lucky, just grab her and steer her toward more amusing and fruitful activity. It is a gift for Virgo to be able to feel first and think later. Fact: Virgo is known as the bachelor sign. A short fling with good sex may be easier for Virgo than giving up his routine and forming a permanent relationship. That's because nobody's good enough for the Virgo. Virgo and Gemini. This combination is fun and possibly sexy, but not easy. Virgo and Gemini are both ruled by the planet Mercury. Virgo is earth and Gemini is air, and they're both mutable signs. They love communication, information, talking, all forms of oral stimulation, and anything that keeps them mentally engaged and not bored. In the bedroom, their different natures are apparent, as Virgo is firmly located in his body's sensuality, and Gemini needs to concentrate to feel. Gemini is very active mentally and is a great fantasizer and a great talker. Virgo likes this as a preliminary, but when you get right down to having sex, Virgo likes to feel sensual and not talk. An affair between these two signs is always interesting. Both signs like to learn about sex and try out new things. They would enjoy going through a sex manual or video to experiment, but for a longer, committed relationship. Unless Gemini has some earth in her chart, they may create dust. And we all know how much Virgos despise dust, or any kind of dirt or impurity. Oh wow, that's strong. What is in this? 35.7. 30. No, 37.5. It looks good though. Can't wait to make this into a candle holder. I do that with all of my liquor bottles. I can't wait to move in with Jack and empty some nice liquor bottles and make them into candle holders as we go. Because I'm obviously not taking any of those. It's gonna be like a fresh start for me. And this is gonna be kind of like, the candle holder, it's gonna be kind of like a timeline of all the fun times we've had together while drunk. Okay. Virgo and Cancer. The elements of earth and water are sexually compatible. Virgo and Cancer go well together, theoretically. Virgo likes the sincerity and sensitivity of a Cancer man and revels in his emotional expression. She feels wanted and appreciated because he's so ardent. On the other hand, Cancer man may be shy about sex and slow to lead, and it is difficult for Virgo to initiate sex. She feels it is not polite and puts her in an insecure position. If these two lovers get together as friends first, then a sexual relationship is more likely. E-zone. Both sides love to kiss and caress the belly. Once in the bedroom, the moonchild's sensitive scant light touches a turn-on for Virgo. She must curb any tendency to criticize or rate Cancerian techniques or the success or failure of lovemaking. Cancer will be out the door and never return. Virgo and Leo. Mercury and the Sun, the respective ruling planets in this combination, make these two a fairly hot combo. These two can be physically very compatible, even though their personalities are quite different. Virgo is content to be the backstage supporter for Leo's more dramatic personality and share his sensual nature with Leo's fiery temperament. Virgo needs a little zip in his life, as frequently he can become a slave to routine and lists of do's and don'ts. He is smitten with Leo, as she always looks good, is generous, and pays absolutely no attention to the details that can inhibit Virgo. Long or short term, these two signs have a lot to share. Virgo and Virgo. Earth and Earth is a sexy combination. Lovers between these two signs understand each other's sensual needs non-verbally. This ability helps both Virgos get into their bodies and out of their heads, and curtail the tendency to critique. Virgo is a sign of service, and this pair loves to switch roles in serving and being served, which can apply to oral sex as well as regular sex. They also enjoy a similar rhythm and are likely to be in the mood at the same time. Morning is probably the best time for Virgos to enjoy each other. Virgo and Libra. Virgo and Libra are next door neighbor signs. Their elements, earth and air, are different, but sexual chemistry can work here because both sides believe discretion and good taste is very important, are very important. Virgo loves the romantic Libran, the care she takes in arranging dates, and the restaurants she chooses. Also, in the bedroom, there will be no extreme surprises between Virgo and Libra. Virgo's sensuality is good for Libra, who tends to get wrapped up in ideas about sex. Plus, Virgo's sensuality allows Libra to delight in the body. Virgo and Scorpio. Although you may not think that Virgo can handle Scorpio's intensity, this combination can be hot because both signs are incompatible elements. Not incompatible, but like incompatible elements. Earth and water. Virgo is not an extreme sign in terms of passion, but her rooted sensuality and ability to adapt makes her a sexy partner with a Scorpio man. This is a fertile combination and good for an affair or a committed relationship, as seen in 50 Shades of Grey, which I haven't read or watched, but I have internet access, so I feel like I know enough. Alert. For Scorpio, Virgo should use her virgin mystique. The allure of deflowering, even if it's not the truth, is a great turn on for a Scorpio man. Virgo will have to ignore Scorpio's silent treatment when things are not going well. Scorpio tends to go underground to recoup his energies, and Virgo will enjoy trying to perk him up, even though she might not be successful. Oral pleasure is good between these two, as Scorpio loves all sensation, and the idea of being slightly wicked appeals to Virgo. Ooh! I'm not a Virgo, but embrace your wickedness. One part of the attraction between the two signs is that a Virgo woman gets to relax her goody two-shoes personality and play in the presence of Scorpio's passionate creativity. Virgo and Sagittarius. There is attraction there, but controversy in rhythms. Sagittarian men are rambling guys, and their tendency to energetically pursue their own pleasures at their own tempo puts Virgo lady in a tizzy. A Sagittarius man is alluring to a Virgo. No, a Sagittarius man is alluring to a Virgo woman because he is so different. Focus, Allie. Virgo was attracted to Sag because he is big-hearted and generous and almost entirely uninterested in the details that Virgo uses to order her world. Both signs are mutable, that is, they are able to change and adapt. When the Sagittarius' fire burns for Virgo, she will not resist because he is so charming. That's true. I've only really seen one Sagittarius guy in my life, and that was in an episode of Kitchen Nightmares. But damn, was he charming. he was the Greek god type of guy, and he looked like one too. And that is kind of attractive. I'll admit that. He makes her laugh and never puts her down for her fastidiousness. In the bedroom, Virgo will be appreciated by Sag, even if it only lasts for a time. The thighs and legs are the areas to concentrate on. Sag will definitely be the leader here. Huh. Who would have thought, right? Virgo and Capricorn. This is a serious combination with a lot of comfort between the two people. Both are earth signs and very comfortable with sensuality. They have a highly tuned sense of touch. Both signs are very responsible and will not tend towards promiscuity. This is a combo for a long relationship rather than a short affair, because the two signs at first may come into conflict over the more negative aspects of each other's personality. Capricorn worries and Virgo criticizes. If they can hit the sheets immediately and bypass these parts of their characters, the relationship will be launched and have room to grow. Virgo and Aquarius. Astrologically speaking, the relationship between Virgo and Aquarius is called inconjunct. You know, the opposite of the Conjuring. Yeah, okay. And this is a good way to describe the relationship between the two signs. They don't quite meet, but they interest each other because each is exotic to the other. Virgo says, "How can you be so unconventional? Don't you care what people think?" Aquarius says, "How can you be so conventional? Don't you like people thinking you're unique?" My moon is in Aquarius, so I relate to that. In the bedroom, these two attitudes can definitely be sexy, as both signs behave differently in private. A Virgo woman loves the idea of straightening up her Aquarius lover, and Aquarius loves challenging Virgo's sense of orderliness. If both signs can play with each other, it will be a good affair. In a longer relationship, they might irritate each other too much. Virgo rules the intestines, and so far no one has discovered that that is a particularly erogenous zone. For best results, try the back of the neck. Excuse me, let me just... Does this feel good, Virgo? Oh, I can't. Oh, I definitely don't need any more to drink, thanks. Okay. Virgo and Pisces. Opposite signs and compatible elements make for good times in bed, life, friendship, and long-term relationships. Dreamy Pisces complements Virgo's earthy sensuality because Pisces floats on her feelings and is very capable of putting the world away and retreating to a world of sense and delight. Virgo loves to join her in this world because it renews him. Take tingling and giving hickeys in discreet places are great ways of beginning for Virgo and Pisces. Concentrate on Pisces' toes and you will embark on a beautiful voyage. Both signs love scented baths. Who doesn't? I recently bought chocolate bubble bath and it's awesome. Okay, that's the last part, I think. Yeah. It's the 6 planets, Mars and Venus. And after that we can lay low and chill. At least I need a little bit of a break. To learn more about yourself and your partner, consult Appendix B, blah 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 blah. Mars and Virgo. Virgo's scope and interests are a little narrow for Mars's energy. Mars energy is fiery, and when in Virgo, it is difficult to corral that fire into the kind of organization and order that Virgo loves. Sex is inherently the province of Mars, so when a person has this signature, or if your lover has this position, you know right away that lovemaking cannot be random or without care for details. There will be lots of sexy verbal description and energy in the way Mars and Virgo speaks. Fact. A Virgo man would love to have a gift book like The Joy of Sex after you get to know him. The pictures will stimulate him visually, and having all that sexual information organized and available gives him plenty of ideas to work on. Usually, Virgo with this placement enjoys sensuality almost more than sex itself. He is not shy about the beauty of a shoulder or a delicately shaped earlobe catches him up, and he pauses to caress his part of his lover's body. If you want to please your Mars and Virgo lover, make sure everything runs smoothly and that there are no bumps or sudden surprises. Mars and Virgo can get off track easily. Venus and Virgo. Venus is not considered well placed in Virgo. The easy, pleasure-loving nature of Venus goes against the grain of fastidious, organized Virgo. In the bedroom, Venus and Virgo needs to remember one maxim. Feel first. Think later. Start with a massage. And avoid any lengthy discussions of who is going to do what and how. The body responds to touch, and the scent of orange water or a lemon blossom will help things develop. A lightly scented feminine spray discreetly applied would be something that makes Venus and Virgo feel sexy. Objection. I like the... Never mind. No. I'm sorry, I'm drunk and you don't need to hear this. Okay. Yeah. Men with this placement will also like scented products for in the intimate areas of the body. There is a formal feeling to Venus in Virgo. She enjoys dressing well in the muted colors of blue, white, black, and ivory, but her undergarments will rarely be black. If you're pursuing a person with this placement, emphasize rhythmic and steady physical contact. Kisses that are moist and not too wet will be most successful. That was all of the Virgo chapter. What did you think? I know, right? It was not as interesting as I thought it would be. The first half of it kind of sounded like somebody with OCD trying to have sex. You know, with all the I will have sex with you and it'll be great, but first I must change the sheets and wash my hair, and so do you. I just don't know about that, but yeah, I agree. We should just go chill and have some snacks. Maybe find a movie to watch or something. But you just think about which one you want to read next time. I know that Libra was pretty far up your list, wasn't it? Yeah. Man, I love me some Libra. But I'll read whatever you want. It's always a really great time. So, I don't really mind. The call is, yeah, pretty much all cold by now. Okay. I'll go ahead and get the bed ready then. Virgo style, of course. And everything has to be perfect. I just always have so much fun with you. Thanks for coming by. Alright.